By now, I am sure that you've heard about Telvin Osborne, also known as Telvo. Now, for those of you who may not be aware, he was unfortunately unalived by his partner. And in the wake of his passing, internet sleuths have uncovered a host of disparaging and really disgusting comments that he made about black women. But he made these comments and juxtaposed them to white women, right? The only thing is he was unalived by his preference. Crazy situation. But it is shocking to me that in 2025 and 2024, whatever, that more people don't understand that no one is inherently better because of the color of their skin. Now, the world that we live in may place a premium and a currency on people who have lighter skin, but in God's economy, it doesn't really matter. And I just think that it's shocking that people are still infatuated with someone based on the color of their skin. Now, I want to be clear that everyone has a preference, and that is each individual's prerogative. But one day, I hope we have a conversation about the ways in which even preference is shaped by popular culture, is shaped by racism, is shaped by anti-blackness, and is shaped by misogynoir. So even what you desire, there is a reason that you desire. There's a reason that you ended up there. What I find interesting in situations like this is people who feel like they have to put down one group in order to elevate another group. If that is your preference, enjoy your preference and go on about your life. But this guy appeared to really have some disgusting takes on black women, and that is not necessary. The crazy thing is we are all going to reap what we sow. And if you spend your time denigrating other people, disparaging other people, a day is going to come and you're going to have to reap what you sow. Now, it may not manifest like this. Other people may not even know how it manifests, but that does not mean that you're not going to reap what you sow. And that is why it is so important that we be mindful of not just what we say, but how we behave and how we show up, because it is coming back to us one way or the other. And there is going to come a time when you're going to have to eat your words, especially if you spend your time degrading and denigrating other people. So I just think that this is very unfortunate. And I want to be clear, I don't wish this kind of situation on anyone. I am sure that this man's family is absolutely devastated because at the end of the day, he was their loved one and their lives will likely never be the same. And so I'm sure that they are going through a tough time, and I hope that they have space to grieve. And at the same time, this situation is just a reminder that we're all going to reap what we sow. I think it's funny, when I was coming up, I used to hear people say, God don't like ugly, not too fond of pretty too. And it just reminds me that, when you do certain things, again, it is coming back to you. But I think the final thing that I'll say is when I think about situations like this, even though he directed his ire towards black women, his problem wasn't really with black women, it was with himself. The level of anti-blackness that you have to have in order to go out of your way to disparage a group who's really not bothering you at all, that is astonishing. And so to me, this is about self-hatred, it's about anti-blackness, it's about misogynoir. But it's like, why even live your life with that level of hate, with that level of disdain? Why not just enjoy your preference and go on with your life, right? Absolutely crazy. So, to me, it's like, okay, black women, this was never really about us. It was about him. It was about his anti-blackness, and it was about his self-hatred. That being said, still an unfortunate situation how it turned out. And thoughts and prayers with his family. But for the rest of us, it's like, okay, man, we really have to be careful what we say, how we say it. And especially if you get into a situation where you're comparing one group or you're pitting one group against the other, it is just, it's nuts, right? And so it's like, here's a hint. You can love someone and prefer someone without talking about it over and over and obsessing over it. At some point, if you do that, it becomes your whole world, your whole personality. And when that happens, I even question if you really believe what you say or if you're just so accustomed to saying it. That being said, that's all that I have for this. If you like this video, if you like my commentary, please be sure to subscribe. You can also leave a positive comment. Thanks for listening.